Hey guys! So you want to start off with bare skin, just cleansed and moisturized. And today I thought I'd wear my Wonder Woman shirt just because I thought it was really fitting for this tutorial. So moving on to the eyes, we're going to first prime them, and I'm going in with my e.l.f. concealer and just placing that all over the lids and blending that in with my beauty blender. Just to neutralize them, to get rid of any redness or veins or just unwanted pigmentation so that it doesn't show through into the eyeshadow. Next, I'm going over top of the lids with this NYX Jumbo Pencil in Milk to make sure it's a nice white base so that the eyeshadows that we apply on top show up really true to their colour and very pigmented. It's just a nice blank canvas basically. Then I'm going in with this matte white eyeshadow from the Caramel Melange eyeshadow palette and setting that cream in place from inner to outer corner and especially on the crease area to stop that cream from creasing on the lids, and it just helps it set in place and helps the eyeshadows that we apply on top blend in a lot smoother instead of streaky if it was just the cream sitting there. Next I'm going in with this universal shade from the same palette and going in with a fluffy crease brush from Zoeva and placing this in the crease for a transition colour to help the other colours blend in a lot more seamlessly on top. Next I'm going in with this soft brown shade, it's a nice warm brown, and I'm placing this in the crease and outer corner, so I'm extending that brown from the outer corner all the way to the tail of the brow, creating a nice almond shaped elongated eye like Wonder Woman has, and I'm blending that across the lid about 1/3 to 2/3 of the way to create a nice seamless blend and transition for the reds that we apply on top. Next I'm going in with this orangey red shade from the Caramel Melange palette and going in with a more petite crease brush from Zoeva and placing this on the outer corner area on the outer V, creating a nice outer corner point, and whacking that baby through the crease as well, about 2/3 of the way, so almost towards the inner corner of the eye but not quite, and blending it up towards the brow bone. So it's a nice seamless blend into the browns. Next I'm grabbing this crimson red shade from my Sugar Pill Burning Hearts palette, it's the Love Plus shade, and I'm going in with a pencil brush and I'm just deepening up the crease first. So I place a heavier hand on the crease area, mapping out the shape that I want, and then as I go up towards the brow bone, I use a lighter hand. So I use barely any pressure, and I really mean barely any pressure. I'm barely touching the bristles to her skin as I'm blending that red up towards the brow bone. So it creates a soft blend, and there's no harsh lines. Then I connect that red to the outer corner of her eye, so it creates a nice elongated eye shape, a nice outer corner point, and then I just fill in that area there in the outer corner, about 1/3 of the way across the lid, just deepening up that red, and then as I blend it across the lid, I'll use a lighter hand to create a smoky, seamless blend. Then I go back in with that previous brush that we had before and some of that lighter orangey red shade and blend out the edges of the red. Next I get to go in with the gold, and I'm going in with this almost burnt shadow from the Caramel Melange palette on a flat shader brush and packing that all over the white area all the way to the red. Then I go back in with that warm brown shade from the Caramel Melange palette and I'm blending the red and the gold into each other, so I'm transitioning them, creating a seamless blend, and I'm using the side bristles of the pencil brush to do this, as it places a softer application of that brown and it creates a softer, smoky, blended effect. Next I'm taking this really opaque, very intense gold from my 35W Morphe palette and packing that on the very center of the lid, so it creates a transition from that lighter gold into the deeper gold, into the brown, into the red, and then into the black afterwards, so it's a nice gradient effect. Then I'm taking this black eyeshadow from my 35W palette and placing this on the very outer corner of my eye where that red is, just packing on that black. Then I'll go in with that red shade that we used before and blend out the edges so it's nice and soft and smoky. And I'll just repeat this process, pack on more black on the outer corner and through the outer crease, and then blend it out. That's the best way to apply a black eyeshadow if you guys aren't confident with black, is to just apply a little bit at a time and then blend it out, because if you have too much product there, it's a lot harder to work with and that's when it can become quite tricky. But if you just apply a little bit at a time and blend it out, then you'll be fine. And I just extend that black from the outer corner into the crease a little bit to create a more defined crease area and outer corner, and I blend that into the gold slightly using a light hand, so not too much pressure, so it's nice and soft and smoky. Then I grab some of that soft brown shade again and blend that gold into the black, so where the gold and the black meet, I'll just place some of that brown down to help blend those two together, and I'll also place some of that brown on the outer edges of the red to help them blend into the skin and look more seamless and smoky. Then I go back in with those gold shades to just intensify them a little bit more because they can get blended away. Next, for the inner corner highlight, I first go in with the NYX Jumbo Pencil in Milk and place that on the very inner corner of her eye. And then over top, I'm going in with this white shimmery eye shadow highlight from the NYX Contour and Highlight Kit. It's called Ice Queen, and I'm placing this on the very inner corner and blending that into the gold, so it's a nice transition into that lighter gold shade, again creating that gradient effect. Next, for eyeliner, I'm going in with my Hailey Baldwin liquid eyeliner and creating a nice defined wing on her outer corner all the way to the inner corner to again create that elongated eye shape and give a bit more definition to the lashes. Now, I only created a thin wing on this. It wasn't too thick because I didn't want to cover up too much of that eyeshadow because we did all that work. We don't want to cover it up. So a thin wing will do the trick, and it just creates a nice, cut, crisp eye look. Then you can go in and clean up any extra bits that may need to be crispened and cleaned up. So if you made a mistake on the wing, now's the time to clean that up and also clean up the eyeshadow. So this is when the look just comes together and looks a lot more cleaner and seamless. And the beauty about not having foundation on is that we can just wipe away any of that fallout with no harm, no foul, no worry about that foundation because it's not there. It's just great. Then I go back in with that brow bone, so that inner corner highlight, and place it on the brow bone for a nice brow bone highlight. And I blend some of that in with the red to help it look more seamless and not just a harsh line of white highlight on the brow bone. Next, for the exciting bit, is the mascara. I'm going in with this electric blue mascara from Rimmel and coating her lashes nice and thick in that blue mascara, making them nice and opaque so that they stand out against the black falsies that we're going to be applying on afterwards, because I love the effect of the blue mascara with black false lashes. Like, it just looks so cool and it ties in with like the costume look. I just loved how it turned out. And again, the beauty of having no foundation on the face is that you can be as messy as you want with the mascara and then just clean it up with a makeup wipe right afterwards, and voila, it's all clean again. No harm, no foul. So once we've done the blue mascara, we're going to place our false lashes on, and I'm using these iconic lashes from House of Lashes and placing these as close to our natural lashes as possible. And a little trick I like to do is push the inner corner part of the lashes down whilst pushing the outer corner up to create a more elongated, lifted eye look. And I love the effect it looks with these really full, like, voluminous lashes against the blue mascara lashes. Like, I haven't said it enough. Like, I friggin' love it, guys. Now hitting pause in the eyes and moving on with the face, I'm going in with this complexion correction primer from Urban Decay and placing this all over her face with a stippling brush. And this primer is literally the shit. It is so good. It just literally makes your whole face look airbrushed in Photoshop. I freaking love it. And Wonder Woman doesn't need to be worrying about, like, imperfections of things. Her skin is flawless, so I'm replicating that. Next, I do this little trick where I spritz some finishing spray on my beauty blender, so I dampen it with some finishing spray, and then I go in with the foundation, and this just helps the foundation to last a lot longer and stay in place, like, seamlessly. Like, it blends in seamlessly, it stays in place all day. It's just a fantastic little trick I love doing lately, and because Wonder Woman is saving the world, she doesn't need to be worrying about her foundation moving throughout the day. For concealer, I'm going in with the same technique. I spritz the beauty blender with some finishing spray and just blend that in so that it stops the concealer creasing or anything like that. And to set the concealer in place, I'm using this translucent powder from Laura Mercier and just placing that wherever I place the concealer down. So just underneath the eyes to help it stay in place. And then I go in with this powder that I've been using recently. It's the Luxe powder, I think it's called. It's just a blur powder. And it literally blurs your pores, all the imperfections on your face. Again, creating that seamless airbrushed effect because, like I said, Wonder Woman needs to look flawless and damn hot, and that's what we're doing. For our brows, I'm going to do them really quickly, and boom, our brows are done. They're nice and crisp and clean and just Wonder Woman-y. You guys can do your brows however you like. The products I use will be listed down in the description bar below. To warm up the face and give a bit of dimension back, we're going in with my NYX Contour and Highlight Kit and placing this tan shade from the palette. It's a warm undertone brown, and placing this on all the places that you naturally get a little bit of sun-kissed glow going on. So I'm placing this on her cheekbones, on her nose, on her forehead, jawline, neck, all the places that, you know, I want to bronze up, bit of contour, a bit of, you know, shape to the face again. Give the shape a bit of dimension back, because we don't want to be matte and flat. We want to have a bit of dimension there. Then to contour her face and give a bit more structure to her cheekbones, I'm going in with this cool tone brown called Sculpt from the NYX kit, and placing this with a fan brush just underneath her cheekbones to give them a bit of lift and a bit of shape. And I go and curve it up onto her temples as well, as you'll see here, because it just creates a more natural look. For some colour on the cheeks, I'm grabbing this shimmery pink shade from my 9N Morphe palette and placing this blush on her cheeks, more along the contours than on the apples, because I do want to keep to that structure, that contour. So I'm placing the colour there, and because this is a costume look, you can be a bit more heavy-handed if you want to, but if you do feel like you went a little bit too heavy-handed, then just grab your beauty blender like I'm doing here and just blend that product into the skin, and it just helps it melt in and look more natural that way. To give a bit of glow to the skin, I'm going in with my highlighting trio from Violet Voss and grabbing the Moonbeam or Moonstone or whatever highlight it's called, the lightest one from the palette, and placing this on all the high points of her face. So her cheekbones, above her brow, nose, I'm doing a little exclamation mark on her nose, and Cupid's bow, and a little dab on the chin. And to intensify this highlight, especially because it is a costume Halloween look, you guys can go all out with highlight today. And I'm placing this Mary Lou by the Balm on, again, all the high points of her face with an eyeshadow brush to intensify the glow. And because I wanted to intensify the inner corner and brow bone highlight, I placed some of Mary Lou on those places as well, and a little bit on the inner lid part as well, where we placed that Ice Queen shadow down before. And then to set all this powder and stuff in place, I'm going in with the Skindinavia finishing spray to help lock all that product on the face in place. To finish off the eyes, I'm going in with Poolside from Makeup Geek and a pencil brush, and I'm just whacking that baby underneath the eyes from outer corner and about 2/3 of the way towards the inner corner, but don't bring it all the way towards the inner corner, just about 2/3 of the way, guys, because I'll show you what we're doing in a second. So once I've placed Poolside on, I just go in with a more fluffy brush and blend out the edges so it's nice and smoky. Then I go in with Neptune and a definer brush, and I'm wiggling this product super tightly against the lash line, so I'm really just hugging that lash line while I'm placing on that product. And then what I do is I bring the blue eyeshadow downwards, like following that natural line on the inner corner. So instead of meeting it on the inner corner, I bring it downwards on a little angle, and this makes the eyes look more like cartoon-like. You know those DC magazine kind of figurines, like the actual Wonder Woman kind of like feels. If I'm making sense, I hope I am. And to clean up that inner corner line, I'm just grabbing some concealer and a concealer brush and just sharpening up that line. And this just makes the eyes look more open and, like I said, the more magazine kind of Wonder Woman. I hope I'm making sense, guys, I really do. And then what I do is I just go back in with that same brush and blend out the outer corner towards the inner corner, but don't bring it all the way to where that line droops down, because you don't want to smoke that line out, you want to keep it nice and defined. And then, guys, this part's optional, but I'm going in with my NYX Glam Aqualux liner in the shade blue. I'm actually not quite sure what the shade is. It's a nice aquary blue, and I'm placing this on the very inner corner to sharpen up that line and make it nice and opaque and really blue. I just love how it looks. And because Wonder Woman does have those stars on her tights, I'm placing 2 of these like duochrome stars that I got from a website. I'll leave it linked down below if I can find it. And I place them on the inner corner of her eye for a bit of that Wonder Woman feels. You know how it is. And to finish off, I'm tightlining and placing a black hole in her waterline as well to just define up those lash lines. And then to set that kohl liner in place so it doesn't budge while she's saving the world, I'm placing a black eyeshadow on her waterline and just setting that kohl liner in place. And it also makes it a bit more pigmented as well. Then to finish off the eyes, I'm going in with some black bottom lash mascara. You guys can use the blue one if you want, but I thought because we had a lot of blue going on the bottom lash line, I think some black would make it stand out a little bit more, help those lashes stand out. So that's why I went in with some black bottom lash mascara. The eyes are done, and I'm so proud of how they turned out. I absolutely love how they turned out, especially the blue mascara against those false lashes. Like, I can't get enough. I'm absolutely obsessed. To finish off this look, guys, I'm going in with a red lip. This is the classic red lip that Wonder Woman has. She's got a red bold lip, so I'm going in with Succulent from Colourpop and placing this on her lips to finish off the makeup look. And this concludes the makeup look today, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please give it a thumbs up if you did, and comment down below what you think, if you liked it, any recommendations for another look. Please comment down below, and to do me a big massive favor, to join my YouTube channel and subscribe down below. Hit that subscribe button for me, gals, and join my YouTube fan base. I would love to see you guys in my next tutorial. Otherwise, guys, have an amazing time being Wonder Woman. Enjoy Halloween if you're wearing this for Halloween or a costume party. And I'll see you guys in my next tutorial. I love you guys so much and have an amazing day. Bye, my loves.